Subtle skills, big results.
Welcome to the Ninja Selling Podcast.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ninja Selling Podcast. He's Garrett, I'm Matt, and you are tuned into the right spot. Even if you were looking for a different show, you are now tuned into the right spot because, well, this is where it's at.
Like, how in the world did I get here?
We also have a really good topic today that goes beyond real estate. So whatever business that you're in, this is going to be something that you're going to want to listen to because I think it's going to help boost up your business. It's going to help you attract what you want to attract and build longevity as well. But before we dive into it, if you haven't joined our Facebook community, head over to Facebook and search for the Ninja Selling Podcast. It's a group and there's about 11,000 people in there. And if you have questions, if you want to throw something by somebody, or if you want to share an experience, wonderful place to do it. A lot of people will jump on and share their comments and their thoughts, and you'll get some incredible value at that group. So thank you to all of you who are in there actively participating, sharing value. I will caution you with this. If you mention in there, either in a comment or a post, that, hey, yeah, I have this thing that I'm willing to share, give me your email and I'll send it out. You are going to get hundreds of emails. So my recommendation, just share it in the group if you can. Share a file, or if it's an email, create a link that people can go to, because it'll save you a whole lot of time from having to email hundreds of people individually.
I'll also share about this because I'm a moderator. Matt's a moderator of this. If you are asking people to come to you, it's fishy on our end. We watch people abuse that all the time, where they're like, I've got something good, come to me, message me. Just so you know, if for some reason you find your comment deleted, we would much rather this community be a place that you come. If you have something great to share, share it. If you are trying to get people to come to you for other purposes and things like that, just know that you might end up with your comment disappearing, because that is not what the platform is designed for. It is a place to come and share ideas, share thoughts, give the information to your fellow companions and working partners and peers. And it is not a place to harvest people. So just be aware.
Yeah, we've had a few people drop some links that were basically sign-up pages for their own programs and stuff. And
I am watching some harvesting going on right now, and I'm all my spidey senses are on high alert. So just be aware, everybody.
And we'll say this: we're not anti other programs. We appreciate that, but we also have a program, and it's our group. So we're going to make sure that people stay within the Ninja universe and within that, even if it seems like it's unrelated to real estate. It's a flag. There are other groups for that kind of stuff. And if we're sharing something, if you think there's something about, come to us directly and we can talk about it before it gets posted in there and we delete it, because there's a lot of wonderful people in there that have a lot of value to add to the world, but we just want to keep it good.
Well, it kind of leans in, Matt, to what we're going to talk about today.
It does.
With the, this, and it's my topic, but you can kind of run because you were going to lead it in, but like this pursuing and or attracting type of thing. And, we could look at the podcast group just in general, is that you can see when somebody's intentions are wrong in the podcast group. And again, this is funny because this plays right into our topic. I didn't mean to go down this route today, but
it's a good transition. Very professional.
It's really smooth.
It's like you've been doing podcasting for a while.
A little bit. But it's interesting to watch when the intention of somebody in that group is trying to harvest people or trying to pursue people in that group to build something of their own, compared to wanting to give value that actually would probably attract you to those people. You'd probably look at them and be like, man, that person always has great information. They always share something of value. I would love it if you're that person in that group that is always just saying like, here, I've got a nugget for you. I've got a nugget for you. I've got a nugget for you. Believe me, they're going to be attracted to you no matter what. And Matt, this goes back into where our topic was going for today, which is that a comment came up from one of the clients that I coach, and they were leaving their long-term ninja. They deviated for a little while and went off with another coaching program. At which point they realized they made a huge mistake. Well, no, sorry. They actually had great successes for a long time and realized that they needed to come back to the pet.
And this program wasn't necessarily a sales program per se. And we're not going to name names here, but it was a different kind of program. We'll just say that.
Yes, but it also resonates with a lot of other sales training programs out there, where you'll hear sales programs say, yeah, I understand referral-based businesses and relationships like that, but you can't just have a business based around that. You need to have all these other elements going on. Lots of sales trainings will teach you that and kind of go down those routes. Lots of coaching programs will go down that route. You can't just have one referral-based business. You need to diversify. You got to have yourself built out. Well, this other program had mentioned this person that we are now coaching again, and basically kind of made the comment of like, in this upcoming market, referral relationships it's not going to be a viable source for building real estate and building business, which got my full attention. I was like, because I'm saying the exact opposite. I'm looking at this marketplace going, I have never seen a better referral-based relationship market than in 18 years that I've been doing this. I've never seen a better one. So I'm like, what are we looking at? Like, what am I either missing or what are they missing? And I realized that neither one of us are missing anything. They're correct, by the way, as well as I'm correct. And this is why. And then, Matt, I'm hoping we can have a bigger discussion around this.
For sure.
But this is what I figured out, is that most of the referral-based tactics in other sales systems are based around pursuing the referrals. It is based around asking either directly for referrals, seeing if anybody knows or has anybody that they can refer, and then they go, great, I got a referral based off of that. Well, was it a real referral? One, that's going to be part of our conversation today. And second is that, was that a pursuing mode that I ended up with that referral, or was it an attracting mode that I ended up with that referral? And Ninja, I can name that one. We are going to name that platform. There is no pursuit side if you're doing Ninja at 100%, at the pure as it can possibly be. It is all about giving value. It is all about being that trusted advisor role in their world. And what happens is you start attracting referrals. Very different in this marketplace. I do agree with the other services out there where they're like, I'm a little worried about the referral-based stuff in this marketplace. Yeah, because you're in pursuit mode for your program. You're actively going out, asking for the referral. And yeah, in a marketplace of uncertainty, the news and media is lighting us all up every single day about where the market's going. What is our risk levels out there? Yeah, if you come and pursuing me for business, even asking me for referrals, you have lost my attention. If you're the giver of value, though, helping me understand what's going on and being that source, you have my attention. And Matt, this is where I think there's a massive opportunity us going forward here. But I think it's interesting, depending on what you're listening to out there, how you might misinterpret the referral-based business platform. And I might have spoke too much, Matt, but I'm turning it over to you because I feel like I'm running out of air.
Well, no, I think that's a really good background on this. And I think part of this also is in relation to the market. When people see predictions like, less than 5 million transactions are going to occur, well, that's less than 5 million sales, which double that for the amount of people who are involved in these transactions, by the way, which then you're like, oh, wait, opportunity, right? There's two sides to every transaction. But I think a lot of people think, oh man, if there's fewer people that are engaged in a marketplace, then the opportunity for other people to refer me is also going to go down. So I don't know if I want to put my eggs in that basket. I don't know if I want to send my attention onto that. And I think this is the misconception. And we've actually had a great episode. If you go back a year ago, it's so funny that this happens to always come up at the beginning of the year for us, Garrett. We had a very, very similar podcast on this topic. And it comes down to trying to qualify and quantify your business with metrics based on referrals, saying, okay, here's the actions that create referrals, and let me just do more of that and it'll lead to more referrals. when we talk about attracting referrals, this is a exponential logarithmic type of result that is really hard to calculate. Anytime I hear logarithm, I'm just like, oh gosh, like, wait, do I remember even how to do those things? Do I have my scientific calculator still around here? Does it need to be this complicated?
I was hoping you were going to tell me.
The answer is no, it doesn't have to be that complicated. But you brought up Gary Vee's book in our last episode, The Thank You Economy. And this is the thing. And I think he wrote that book in 2010, I want to say.
I think so.
I don't have to look that up. Somebody, hopefully I'm right on that. If you think about it, that time in our economy was kind of challenging, right? Like it wasn't an easy time for us. We were deep into this recession that was going on. 2011, it looks like it was published. So
you're so good, Matt. I'm walking around my office looking for the book. Matt just looks it up online. You're so smart, man.
That makes it a lot easier. So that is a time like, and he wrote this book saying, if you just take care of your people, if you focus on providing value, then it's going to come back around in ways that you never imagined. And that's exactly what we're talking about with Ninja and that kind of referral. And so I think this is the first time, though, Garrett, we've looked at, and I like your aha on this, that it's not that people who are saying it doesn't work are wrong. They're just looking at referrals in a different way than we look at them at Ninja. And this works in every business. Like I said at the beginning, this is not just a real estate thing. I mean, if we actually think about certain businesses, Garrett, that exist and crush it, and there's never any marketing, there's never like, you don't see them around, right? It's because they've established this incredible value for their customers that the word of mouth is going to happen no matter what. Certain restaurants are like this. Certain products are like this. A lot of high-end products are actually like this, right? You don't see commercials for some of like Rolls Royce, for example, Bentleys, Lamborghinis, Ferraris. And people are like, oh yeah, but they're so well known and they're in a different group. It's like, yeah. And guess what? They still have a lot of competition in those groups. And so what they rely on is the value and their customers sharing that value with other people. And it works, right? It works that way. So if you build good relationships, those referrals are going to come. And so I know sounds super simple, and it is. This is why the Ninja 9 was created. If you focus on the Ninja 9, don't worry about how am I going to get these referrals? You'll get them. And if you're not getting them, then it's a value conversation that we need to have.
Well, and I think it's interesting because we have a lot of people over the years that have come to me and said, oh, you guys are very similar to this system. Oh, yeah, you guys are very similar to this system. Or they are based on referrals also, or they're based on, relationship sales also. And I always have to stop people and say, yeah, but there's a massive philosophical difference between us and that platform. Yes, we both are focused on the people we know, like, and trust. Yes, we are both focused on helping the people that we know with real estate and hopefully getting referrals from them as we work with them. But there's this philosophical difference, which goes back to where we started this, of the pursuit or attracting mode. And that fundamental difference right there means we are 100% different. Because again, in a marketplace where things are a little bit strange, things are a little bit weird, this is where that trusted person they're providing the value, providing the reason that you are attracting these people in works. Matt, you were talking about less sales happening. And I want people to think of it this way in a marketplace where they're reporting that less sales, we got to, there's less for everybody. So everybody's got to be prepared to do less. I want you to think about it this way. We're going to go back to cars here for a second, Matt. There are types of cars that you can buy, right? We have Porsches that are available for us to drive. We're just going to go with the high performance, 2-wheel drive, amazing, awesome Porsche 911. So we'll have that over there. We also have a Subaru WRX. Okay, we can go buy a Subaru WRX. They're 4-wheel drive, studded tires. Let's just put that on there for fun because that's what we're going to set this car up as right now. And then we also have an option of a pickup truck. Okay, we can go buy a pickup truck, and let's just use a Dodge Ram pickup truck for a second. So we've got these 3 different types of cars we can buy. And climate's changing. We got a whole climate change going on right now, and I'm going to say that we're getting colder or we're not getting warmer. Every single year it gets colder and colder and colder. Every single year the ice stays on the road longer and longer and longer. And everybody goes, oh, car sales are down. Car sales are down. Everybody's going to be hurt by this. Not Subaru, not that car, because they have a vehicle that can work in that type of marketplace. It works really well in that marketplace. There might be less car sales that happen, but when people need to get a car, they're going to be going, do we buy the Porsche? No, you don't buy the Porsche. The roads are covered with ice. And I know there's Porsche owners out there saying they're great snow cars. Yeah, we're not talking about that. And there's others that are, saying, but we should get the pickup truck. And it's like, but no, if you want to get from point A to point B and you want to be successful every single time, the Subaru might be your best choice right now. And all of a sudden, Subaru sales go through the roof. These other ones sink to almost nothing. And even though there's less sales maybe going through the pipeline for automobiles, these guys dominate. I look at that and say, okay, so do you have a Swiss Army knife of a vehicle? Do you have a Swiss Army knife of a sales system that like works in every single marketplace? I could take that Subaru and I could take it to the racetrack on a dry summer day. I can take that car and go do something else with it. I can go up into the mountains with it. It's a Swiss Army knife. It's not a specialty vehicle that only works in one place. That's what I look at with an attracting referral-based business. Is any marketplace that's in front of you, you have this system that works really well, and especially well, just like the Subaru in the freezing market conditions we have coming up, we have an opportunity in front of us with the attracting side of the referral-based business of Ninja to be like, this is its place. This is its area. And that's what I think people need to see and not get caught up in the referrals may not work in this upcoming marketplace.
I also think about, Garrett, which I like that analogy, by the way. Great cars. I mean, as you're going through that, I'm like, yeah, I could drive all of those in any conditions if I really want to. But yeah, the Subaru is going to, you don't really hear a lot of people complain about how their Subaru didn't get them where they wanted to go. Right.
Yeah.
And you don't want people to think about that you as a realtor, right? That's our job, is to get people to where they want to go on time. So I think there's this other element when it comes to referrals that we don't think about, particularly when they're forecasting fewer transactions, is that our position of being a trusted advisor, and this attaches to this prior podcast episode, comes with having conversations with people. I am a firm believer, and I've said this for years, even before getting involved with it as a coach, Garrett, is that every year there are transactions that do not happen because there are people who don't have conversations with their trusted advisor and they don't have the clarity to make a decision on something. And they just follow the headlines and say, well, that's just how it is. Attracting referrals is a part of that, in that if we are showing up as a trusted advisor, providing value, you're going to attract transactions. And some of those are going to come through referrals that maybe would not have happened if you didn't have some of these conversations with people. And I'm not talking about the conversation where you go in and say, hey, Garrett, I think you really should sell your house right now. Or I think you guys are at a life change where you need to do something. No.
Or do you know anybody?
Right. And it's not like, hey, do you know anybody who is like in a bind and we really can help them out? No, it's coming through providing value so that the door is open for those conversations where I go to Garrett and say, hey, you know what? We've been thinking about a couple of things, and based on what we're seeing, I'm not sure if now's the right time to do it. Can we talk about it, just like to get a better idea of what's going on in this market and what our opportunities are, Or, hey, we've been thinking about doing this, this, and this. What is the true cost of making a transition like that? Those are those opportunities that
we've always wanted to invest in real estate, but we're just, it's like,
I heard now's the time, the interest rates. What do we do?
How do you do it?
If your conversation is around, do you know anybody who needs to buy or sell? Or do you need to buy or sell? It shuts the door to have those conversations because like, oh, Garrett only wants to talk to me if I'm talking about buying or selling. Whereas if the door is open for like, hey, any questions that you have, if there's anything that I can do for you, let me know and let's have a conversation about it. It's like, oh, okay, well, actually, I do have a question, right? Maybe that leads to something, maybe it doesn't, but maybe in the back of my head, I'm like, my neighbor has the same thought. He's been talking about wanting to potentially get into investing in real estate. Instead of me talking to him, I should just connect him with Garrett because Garrett's got the goods. He's got the smarts to have that conversation.
I do.
That's how you attract referrals, right? And that's the differentiating factor of running your ninja-based business versus some of these other systems that are like, hey, where do you find the sale? Go find the person. Go find the person who needs to do something right now. You don't have to go that way. You don't have to pursue. You can attract, and this is a great way to do it.
It is, and I'd say and I don't like using the word the difficult part for people, but I think the difficult part for people around this is understanding the long game and like letting go of the short game. The short game is great. Yeah, it's boom. Is there a sale here? Is there an opportunity here? Is there an opportunity here? Is there an opportunity here? An opportunity here? This is the short game right in front of us. It's what we can see at arm's reach. And the more so that you can let go of the short game is going to be there, by the way. That business still exists. It doesn't go anywhere.
Yep.
But let go of it and start going, okay, so what is the long game for my relationships with these people of providing value, providing great service? And where does that go? And that's what opens up this big, huge world just beyond the short game. We want the short game to be there, but there's this massive world of more transactions than you even can possibly understand beyond these guys out here. And that can only come from attracting. At least long term, it can only come from attracting. I've seen people maybe get a glimpse of it or touch into it in the pursuing mode because they might go to their people and hammer on them for a while. And they're like, fine, dude, here, Garrett, like here, yes, here's somebody, like, go, please leave me alone. Like, just, will you stop if I give this to you? But there's the other side of like, and again, they go, oh, it worked. I got something, like it works. So they keep hammering on these people out there. The other side is that long-term game where it's like, nope, we're playing, we're attracting these people, working with them. It's like, wow, look at what starts flowing in. And I've said it before. It's one of my favorite comments from people that I'm coaching where they'll say, have all these referrals been here the whole time? Yeah, they've all been sitting out there. You've just either been in pursuing mode or you have not been providing enough value for them to be able to pass those people your direction. Man, you unlock it though, Matt. We've seen it. All of our coaches have seen it. Like when that gets unlocked, it's like, it's miracle time. It's what it is.
It really is. And I mean, it just can't highlight enough. You don't have to think about, do I run a referral business or do I not? You provide value, you build relationships, the referrals will come. You can even add in other things if you really want. Like you can do other things as well, as long as the intent always is tied to, I want to provide value, I want to help people, I want to serve people. I'm not just looking for a transaction. Sure, that business exists out there too, but it doesn't exist in our world. And you guys are listening to this because you want to build a different type of sustainable business. You want to build a different type of value-based business. And that's why you're here. And so that's why we talk about things like this, Garrett, which I love this conversation. And we probably can't have it enough in some ways, particularly with this time of year. And probably this comes up this time of year because people kind of bounce around. They start seeing the shiny objects again. They're settling into the beginning of the year, and then all the other things come out, right? Hey, have you thought about this? Have you thought about this? So don't think about those things. Focus on your business being value-based and building those strong relationships.
Well, and I'll kind of wrap it up with this, that from what I'm hearing on the ground working with people right now is that they are hearing of confusion in their offices. They go to their sales meetings and they're like, we've got everybody coming out of the sales meeting and you can tell they're all in very different places of their business starting in 2023. I have some people that are coming to going like, I don't understand why they're not seeing the business out here. And part of me is like, because you're doing the right stuff. You're working with the right people and attracting in that business. This is a really interesting marketplace right now, forever changing. I know everybody wants it to go back to normal. They think this is normal. Everything is, there's so many moving parts. There is no normal. And just understand that as you continue to sell real estate and move forward, there's just different marketplaces. And I am watching the people that have been doing the right stuff to build the relationships, build the value, some huge pipelines coming into this new year. I've had a handful of conversations that people have said, this is my best first quarter I've ever had lined up with business right now. People saying they're going to pay their fair share faster than they ever have in this year, where there's, again, a lot of people running around going, how in the world do I make business work this year? So I'll tell you right now, I again, back it up. What I've been saying for the last years, we are coming up on a marketplace that is the best referral relationship market I've ever seen. We are now in it. We are fully in that market. It's going to continue on here for a while, and incredible opportunities if you choose to go into it with the right mindset, use the right systems. Of course, we're going to support Ninja because that's at our core. It's what we bleed. There are lots of systems out there that say they're referral-based systems. What I'd like you to step back and ask yourself as looking at that true system, is it a pursuit referral-based system or is it an attracting referral-based system? And I'm going to encourage you, you will win with the attracting referral-based side. Matt, do you have anything that you want to add in?
No, I think that does it, man. What a great topic. Good pairing too from our prior episode leading into this. So hopefully you guys got a lot of value over these two episodes. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in to us every single time, Garrett. And good topic. Thanks for bringing it.
Thanks, man. Well, again, we appreciate all of you who are listening. If you want to learn more about Ninja Selling, go to ninjaselling.com. You can learn all about the offerings that we have through there, as well as coaching, books, classes. If you want to just get together with more people that are like-minded like you and want to share great ideas and help everybody grow, there's a community on Facebook called the Ninja Selling Podcast Group. There's about 11,000 people in that group right now, just shy of it. And last time I checked, there was over 8,000 active people in that group.
Woo.
It's huge. So if you go in there and you participate, give or take, there's about 8,000 people over that will be part of your growth and your help. And it's a great pool of knowledge and information. So respect the group and use it to your best because it's got great stuff in there. So Matt, with that, thank you, dude. Always appreciate time I get to spend with you.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day, everybody.
If you enjoyed today's episode and would like more, visit us at theninjasellingpodcast.com.
There you will also find links for more information about ninja selling and coaching. Have an incredible day.